This is the most disgusting English player on the ladder right now. It's not even the guy who spams 50-plus games. Actually, I think he might be now. But the way that Gully Deckle plays this Civ is vile. I have been away for over a week, and I have a feeling that nothing about it has changed. Welcome back to the channel, folks. We are here for game number 2 of this quarterfinals matchup between Recon and the boy with the kid and the boy with the kiddo, I guess you could call them. Recon with Jean d'Arc up against Gully's English. And kind of a rough matchup, actually, for Jean, right? Like, the issue is normally that she just kind of gets sniped out as the game scales in. But in theory, like, English, maybe a bit linear with longbow spears here. I wonder, though, is he going to do the dirty build? Because the dirty build we're talking about with Gully here, folks, is men-at-arms. Gully, we had a game just before I left for Greece for the week where he made me want to puke. Start to end of the game, and I mean truly start. Dark Age through to the end of the game, all he'd done was built men-at-arms. We're going to have to see someone different here, though, because he's playing against a French Civ. French Civs do not allow men-at-arms spam. You can't. But Gully, at the moment, is a vile beast. We have Abbey of Kings coming in, and I'm going to show you guys something, and the important part is that you don't vomit too hard, because you see the problem when you vomit too hard is you get all these bits and chunks of whatever you ate between the keyboard keys, and it's very hard to get out. You ready? All right, hold your stomach. Yeah, no, hold it back. Don't bring up the chunks. Hold it back. Look at this. He's just spamming non-stop English in a meta, but they're actually not very popular. And I don't know if this is a 2TC build. No, because you probably would have moved over to Stone. Instead, it's going to be Rax opening. It could still be 2TC on a delay, because you have to secure against the first Knights. Recon on the other side of this. Is he going to be rushing Pro Scouts? Doesn't look like it. He doesn't even have Wheelbarrow. Yeah, a little bit different. Normally, we've been seeing wheelbarrowing to Pro Scouts non-stop with French/Jean. I think the reason Recon didn't do it, though, is he thought it was 2TC. So this is quite the bait out of Gully, because about 9 out of 10 games, probably 95% of games where you go Abbey of Kings landmark with English, you see 2TC play. So quite the funny curveball here, because it just means that Recon misses out on his efficiency. How much I'm hyping Gully English, you're expecting Pro Scout Abbey of the train level wackiness? I wouldn't put it past him, except for the fact you can't build that with that Civ. But I wouldn't be surprised to just see melee blob here. Like full, I'm talking never-ending melee blob. You have to realize that we watched a game between Gully and Swordov that was, I think, 30 minutes long. Across the course of the game, he must have built, I want to say 140 men-at-arms at least. From start to finish. Like, age 1, he built 5 men-at-arms. Which is pretty nuts by even Dark Age men-at-arms spam. And it never stopped. I'm starting to think, until he sees an archer, this might just be a spearman-only game. Oh, that is interesting. So Japan is 3rd most picked in rank now. Yeah, but English, French remaining popular is no surprise. Like, for low-ranking players, it has always been the 2 most popular picks in the game. So Archer Switch coming in. I'm just going to 2x this a little bit longer. Knights are going to take a stab at it. Great draw on the worker there. But it's 1-1 so far. I mean, Gully done a great job of finding a worker kill so early on with English. The King paying off already. And I feel like we often see Abbey of Kings played like this way against French. Like, most players will just take the 2TC and then just get hit on the chin repetitively and either, win the game eventually or lose it. Right? Usually the key is, can I get the white tower line? And if the answer is yes, then my game looks good. If not, I'm screwed. This is kind of different. Horseman switch up now. It's full melee. Oh, this is so dirty. What's up, Jay? You're England till you die. Well, the thing about being England till you die is if you play at pro level, you die a lot. Yeah, this is not a Civ that has been winning much. I think the exception is when there's water maps. Like, water maps is where English have been looking pretty good because of the Admiralty, which gives them the extra range on the boats. Well, land maps, they've pretty much been relegated to just doing 2TC into fast castle, fast imp all the time. This boy's been being a bit wacky, a bit different. And the horsemen have been revealed. So Recon now knows. He did go pro scouts, so he's got his own food source coming home. Meta for English is 100% horseman Abbey now. You reckon? I mean, there's other ways to get value, but like it's very awkward, right? But the other way you get value is by scaling deep into 2TC. But the problem, here's the thing, like even if 2TC was to still be effective, it has to not just be effective, it has to be overwhelmingly effective. Because there is two approaches to linear civs. The strategy is so broken it just always works. The strategy is so predictable it never works. That makes sense, right? Like, you know, we've had some wacky English games before where the strategy works because your opponent assumes you're just going to do 2TC. So, you know, the counter, like when English 2TC was good, the counter play was prepping to counter it. But if you prepare to counter something you're dead wrong, it puts you behind. Like technically Recon got put behind in this opening because he delayed his wheelbarrow pro scout timing to get the knights out quicker, only to arrive and realize it wasn't 2TC at all. So he put himself behind very early on with that. I think this is cool what Gully's doing, though. I don't know if he could have done this against French. I think French would have been different. Because French would have been building a worker lead off of this. But Jean doesn't. It's a really important difference. The other awkward part is because he went horseman and kept the spears at home, Jean hasn't really got any XP. No, this has been one of the most underwhelming Jean XP games in a while, actually. She's just been standing at home, staring. And to make matters worse, folks, he chose Melee Jean. Melee Jean is a pretty horrible choice in this type of position. It does nothing for you. You know, if this was going to be a fast castle game, you would have preferred range Jean. I think he just couldn't. It's too risky with the horseman arriving, right? Like, even the king. And King's Palace, folks. I gotta say, I'm pretty impressed. Gully, I think he's played this very well. He's got 2 farm clusters, basically. And reminder, these farms got buffed. I think this almost inconsequentially small detail got slept on. The farms got buffed by 5% gathering in the early ages. They now cap out at their full 30% in castle. That's a pretty big detail, though. Considering you always want to spam them anyway, getting an extra 5% is buffed. It's just full thumbs up, no thumbs down. And what's up, Amiri? Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate the sub. Welcome back to Swarm. Reminder, guys, get those subs in. It does support the channel. We're back. I've got the Friday off, but outside that, we'll be live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday of the month. Non-stop action coming your way. And Twitch did just add in a rewind function, believe it or not, for live that you can have if you're subscribed to a channel. It's a pretty good deal. So Gully with the age up, Knights coming out. Yeah, this is where having melee Jean is just depressing. All it takes is 2 or 3 Knights to get those kills. I don't know, man. Recon's just not getting value out of hanging around. He knows it. He's going for castle. But that means you're now just behind. Monastery drops pretty early from Gully. I'm a bit surprised by that, but in fairness, if he thinks Recon's going to be teching, it means that Recon's probably going to struggle to block all relics. So, you know, Gully is just stepping up to the slot machine and seeing what he can get. Like, maybe you hit and you get a relic, or you miss. You know, the trade-off is 150 gold to maybe get 80 gold a minute infinitely. Not a bad deal. And I like that deal right there. What is up, Zeltwanger? Thank you very much, mate. Welcome back to Swarm. And I believe a sub-train has just started. 4th most picked on ladder 1v1 is KT. That is intriguing. I'm a bit surprised by that. I thought a lot of people wouldn't like Knights Templar casually because it feels so different because of the way you tech. Because you compromise villager production to do so. But no, actually that makes sense. At low ranks, I think low ranks wouldn't care because low ranks don't build that many villagers anyway. So teching via your primary landmark and like not having to worry about building up something and then not needing as many villagers would make a lot of sense for sure. And then at higher levels, yeah, it'd be water maps. Okay, so Guildhall now coming through. Gully has already got a lot of knights though. He's about to have more ponies than Jean. worrisome position, especially when you consider defensively, these knights will beat French knights with the buffed attack speed. 20% quicker attack speed is a pretty big deal in prolonged engagements. And to make matters worse, you just have better chivalry at home. The Abbey of Kings gives better healing than the chivalry will. Chivalry that's now coming in. Bit of a dicey fight, because the moment that charge runs out, Gully should look to turn and poke. He's worried about being surrounded, though, so just keep on running. Still, this is good for him, right? Like, he's dragging attention elsewhere, which is allowing him to pick up relics. Yeah, this is I think, the obnoxious thing about English when they play like this. When they have the 2TC set up with the King's Palace or earlier in the game, they know you're on the clock. So really, from this type of position, they don't need to win-win. They just need you to not be able to do anything. Knights. Oh, no. Recon. The army is not upgraded. And the archers are unguarded. Not just that, this is going to ripple into the workers soon. Jean isn't threatening either, by the way, guys. She'll die. She'll die to 3 knights easily. And there's 4. She can't even get through. Village is now being targeted. Should be 2 kills. Oh, wow. They turn around. Yeah, so Recon throwing away a few there. And the whole army's coming home to deal with these 4 knights. Not just that. You sneaky son. Gully. He's just waiting in the tree line. I love this. A lot of people are guilty of the sin of select all army constantly. Especially when you get like new knights, you either select all army or you add them to a control group and go, go, go. This is really good from Gully though. It's just multiple groups of knights. He knows that Recon doesn't have spearmen. He shouldn't anyway by now. He doesn't have crossbowmen yet. He wants knights. And knights, you know, if you have enough of them, yeah, they can protect villages. But look at the count in this game. How often do you see English out-knighting French? In real life, a lot. We like to knight people a lot. You know, you're like, oh, you're in a TV show, we'll knight you. But in Age of Empires 4, French and Jean are meant to be kings and queens of this. Not the case here. An unhealthy looking economy now for Recon. 47 workers to 62. Love the housing situation. Gully just trying to find any little chip value can. As he now preps for a longer haul game. He walls himself up at home. You've seen enough. You want to invest in Gully coin? I'm telling you, man. This boy. He's onto something here. I mean, did you guys notice the rank when we went on his AoE4 world account? Let's not forget that important detail. Gully's 28th in the world right now. And he has got over 2,000 ELO. He's played 260 games. A lot of them being English. He's finding great success with this. And you can say this isn't against one of the best civs, against Jean, whatever, right? But, like, I mean, yeah, it's against Jean. But I'd say Jean is, like, in a lot of people's power rankings, they would have put it higher than English, at least. Interesting switch on the Horseman, though. I like the Crossbowman. The Horseman, less so. I think in Gully's mind, he's expecting Crossbowman, which makes sense. But, like, Recon hasn't done that. The reason why Recon wouldn't have done that is he's spreading wide. You can't crossbowman when you do this. If you're playing out into the ball and the wider golds, if you go crossbowman, you just get outrated. Well, at least one relic's going to be stopped. I mean, he needed to do something about it. It was getting a bit silly. This one... you should win that fight. If it's just an A-click anyway. And Gully, oh my god, he's just going straight for it. Relic pick up. Swallow to scare him, right? Yep, goes for it. Recon. The body block, that was sick. There was no A-click overlap, so buys a little bit of time. Still, ugly exchange. And he's not going to get it far away. But we've got Horsemen now sneaking in. Yeah, they're creeping past. It's just awkward for Recon. Like, he's having to guard wide, but he's done a good job. He's got the relic home through the gates. The problem is he's kind of just spreading wider and wider before the walls are up. Like, there's a giant gap in the center of the map right now. Yeah, 18 minutes in with JD is not a good sign. Like, it's going to, at this rate, be 20 minutes JD level 2. At that point, you need a shot of JD just to tolerate it. And look at the farms. 29 farms, but he's going up to about 35, 36. Yep. That is quad, soon to be 5 farm clusters, which is the type of economy that gets you to Imperial Age. All he needs is gold for that, and he's already got 3 relics locked in. He's got 2.5k back here. This is more than enough. What worries me more is Recon is heavily reliant on spears. Not really your quick brute forcer here. You can see Gully, he's just steering into spears now. Because with Recon, even just Arbitrary here, like, you know, the attack speed matters a lot. Sure, Gambeson's is nice, but most of your comp can just lose to attack speed spears. And the cool thing about just doing this is all you really need is farms. Classic English, right? Men-at-arms or spearmen, either way, they're happy. And yes, Recon is already starting to kind of run a bit dry on food, especially with the walls in on the remaining deer. Like, he's out of Pro Scout deer here. He's playing onto berries and boar. He isn't even trying to return what little remains. I mean, he has got the guild hall, but that's not reliable long-term. That's a pull for attack. And at this rate, at this pacing, by the time he'd be ready to go Imperial Age, so would Gully. All right, we're going to speed up a little bit between fights because I know Emma has to go to netball soon. And this is starting to feel like a sluggish English game. You know the type. The kind that can drag long, so we just need to be aware of that. Lombo's scaling up, though, so he's going full range mass instead. Oh, no, dude. That's so cool. Recon, he's going Jean's champions. Guys, these get bonus against spears. They're really tanky. If Gully wasn't going crossbows, this is a really good play. This is the thing. If they were on equal economy, I actually think that the champions is probably good enough here. But it's such a ridiculous lead. 30 workers up. And JD's champions are 200 resource by default. But remember, you can discount that. And that's when they become cost efficient. He's done that. Consecration, these now only cost 160, which is decent. Flash coming in. Gully. He's switching into men-at-arms next. With Arbitrary, I wouldn't advise that, though. Start step retreat. Has got the attack speed now activated. The aura should allow him to contest. And wait, Jean, where's she at? Is she at the back? Yeah, she's fighting up against the horseman. So XP there. But the big mosh pit, nothing for her. Spearman just charging in. Gambeson's tech isn't there, by the way. So Recon doesn't have the melee armor, which means Spearmen are actually contesting the crossbows. It's time for him to defend the champions. Gully's still holding reserves. You can see what he really wants out of this. What every filthy English spammer always wants out of this. Imperial Age. He's just trying to stroke his chin and figure out how he's going to get there. Knights are at least being mirrored out. The good news for Recon, actually, is he has still got his Knights alive. So game definitely not over. Like, the Knights are key here. He's just sacking champions, which is at least more cost efficient. But I'm worried about his farm transition. He's began it. He's just got so far to go before this feels safe. Meanwhile, Gully, at this rate, he's going to be Imperial Age in the next 2 minutes. Look at the pop cap. He's bursting. Yeah, it's becoming hard to believe in the trash banner, isn't it? I really want the champions to work, man, but I think the problem is quite often when we see them, it's almost like someone's just already lost and they're gambling. I don't feel like I've seen one champion game this year where someone's strategy was, yes, we're going to do this. Right? We see a lot of Jean's riders from Dimu, but often it feels like a mixed bag. In this clash, and the champions against spears should be good. The Lombos, they're target firing down the Arbitrary. Crossbowmen can pretty much A-click this, whether it's Knights or Champions. It's perfect for them. And that attack speed booster is mattering a lot here. 20% increase. It's just melting through everything. Recon didn't stand a chance stepping up against this. He answers the spears, but it costs him everything else. Buyback on Jean. She ain't going to last long against that, though. Jean de Cleave is Jean de Sleep. This trash panda is about to be sleeping with the fishies. I don't think we need Imperial Age. There's a Guildhall pool waiting. Recon never took it. He doesn't have the Red Palace coming up. Gosh, golly. Look at what happened today. Is that an English win, mama? I never expected that. Recon has got one gambit to try and get out, but it's not going to be cheap. Buyback already used. Still needs half the XP for level 4 Jean. He just built these farms out. They're already inaccessible. He has pulled the food, but now lacks the gold. He's got a sneak out here. But Gully sees it. Oh, no. Outpost going up. He's steering. Gully, he's building more champions. I don't think he's going to get the gold. And he already pulled the Guildhall basically for nothing. I say that. He's building units, right? But, like, this was meant to be Imperial Age. Instead, it's going to reek of death. More work is now being pulled. Outpost will at least go up. But the idle time, the harassment, it will not stop. Golly, it is time. Imperial is upon us. Dun, 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 dun. God, it's rare to see this. I mean, we see all the time watching House of Lancaster, but English. Into the Wingard. Into the wind. He's got win in the name for a reason, right? Recon just... Okay, I'm starting to think people build champions in these positions so that they can just blame them when they lose. It's what it feels like. It feels so bad for Jean's champions. Come on, dog. They ain't that bad. They just kind of taste of sadness in these type of positions. He's at least getting rid of the aura. That's important. If Recon's army was more competitive, I think he would have invested in a trebuchet to clear the outposts. Because that's what's making this so hard. On the upside is because your opponent went King's Palace Wingard, he doesn't have any way of upgrading the outpost attack speed. Pretty small upside, though. There's a keep drop now. Just for a 4K. Yeah, so while you're building castles, you now have... You're destitute. You've got no food for a tech up. Gully has all the upgrades coming in. Right? He's got enclosures on the way, Tithe Barns, and after that, it should easily be a play into like longbows, crossbow upgrades. I think... Wait, is he just moving to a new gold? Yeah, he just got there. Recon. He's pretty much just playing a game of Duck Duck Goose. Right? He's just gonna... Actually, no. It's a game of cat and mouse. I guess Dog and Trash Panda. Does Dog beat Trash Panda? We need someone... It's Honey Badger and Trash Panda. You do not want to mess with a Honey Badger. English looking like the Honey Badger right now. Oh my god, he's been stockpiling for the winter though. 5.5k food in reserve. Get this man some gold. Oh, this is just painful to watch. Don't worry, guys. We just need to tolerate this for 10 more minutes, and then we'll have the food for our landmark. And then we'll be safe, right? Right? I feel bad for him. Like, he builds a farm cluster, runs away because he gets harassed, has to build another one. Now he's just losing them. Guys like, okay, if we're going to do this and just ring a roses, let's kill the farms. You can set up some new farms and then we'll kill them again. And reminder, Recon does not benefit from building these castles. This is Jean, not French. He doesn't get a discount by doing this. French, they get a discount on the build cost, and they also get discounts on their buildings nearby. These castles are solely because Recon is screwed. Recon. Now, hold your horses. Or rather, let them loose in this situation. Horseman marching in. Spearman Blob needs to get big fast. We've got the champions in on the farms. This could idle a long time, but unfortunately for Recon, Gully has an absurd amount of food in reserve. They start to spread out. And these worker kills ASAP. Textiles isn't going to matter much here. Remember, champions hit damn hard. 18 damage per strike. Capable of getting those, what, 4 hit kills? 5 hit. Horseman flooding across as well. Gully losing a lot of workers, but he's just replacing them with army. Like, this is beneficial. This is the time for this to happen to him. He's got so much food in reserve. He's going to just put it to work, reproducing into an army instead. Meanwhile, it's happening again. Come on. This can't keep happening. The amount of workers that are just running around like this for Recon. Was it a tag it stands for? Was it a Taiwanese something gamers? I mean, they need to get sponsored by a footwear company with the amount of running these workers are doing in this game. I think Recon might be about to be ran out of town. He's still an age behind. The army's been caught up with by the beefy men-at-arms, and the elite upgrade just kicked in. There's a new boss in town, champions, and it's definitely not you. Yeah, main army arrives. Recon now tuck and tail to run. Workers on the front side getting harassed away. I mean, credit to Recon actually doing a good job here of running that food clock down, of competing from an age behind. But Gully's now at home. The farms will be reinvested in, and he has elite army tactics on the way. It's one thing to compete Castle against Imperial. This is the point that typically kills people's games. Once elite army tactics comes in, it feels like you're age 3 versus age 5. Recon, he has at least got back on the farms. Castle drops coming in. Guildhall, he pulled it again. It's just not building. If you can't get a Guildhall reserve up for a Red Palace, like, what's your out here? To make matters worse, stone walls now. Okay, we're watching English games very clearly. Like, oh my god, the men-at-arms are actually just trading out really nicely here. There's barely any champions left alive. Reminder, these cost a lot more than these. The tech difference matters a lot. This is pre-elite army tactics. And finally, Gully is using the Wing Guard. It took long enough, but he's getting the Trebs ready for if the game goes later. Sadly, Jean not really finding his big fights. Dive into the base. Yeah, so you can see Recon's just trying to go for the trade. Because he can't take that direct fight. And the men-at-arms. Guys, this is just going to be a men-at-arms game now. Like, this is every English player when they reach this point. Oh, you might build French Knights? Well, let me know when that happens. In the meantime, Beef Eaters! Oh, God. There's something so wrong about English having over 4 times the crossbow count of French. Right? Like, that just sounds dirty and so wrong. Villagers on the front line gathering wood. Okay, that's a good cleave from Jean. But the army, like, how do you deal with this? These vet horsemen. I mean, it's the attack speed aura plus the elite tech that just allows them to stand their ground against them. They don't care. Jean now the Divine Restoration, but, like, for what? They're all dead. All right, this is over. So that is going to be an evening up. Gully able to strike back. I think Recon knows it now. He can't get the big keep drop. His landmarks are now being sniped. This is game. He has no answer to mass men-at-arms. And in about 2 minutes, he should have no landmarks left. English spamming filth. All you need to do, guys, is get 52 farms. And the world goes round and round as Royal Britannia is back on the menu.